Hello, good morning. My name is Dr. Caleb Bjorgi, and you can call me Kayla if you're comfortable with that. And your name is?
My name's Rachel Michelson, but you can just call me Rachel.
Okay, hi Rachel, nice to meet you. So we'll be meeting together once a week for about an hour or so per session, and treatment will last as long as we need it to last. It just depends on the kind of progress we make or don't make, I guess. So before we kind of get started, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Grand Forks, got my undergrad at UND, traveled a little and got my master's at the University of Minnesota, and then reapplied to get my doctorate here. So it's really nice to be back in Grand Forks. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I am 20 and I'm a senior at the University of North Dakota. I have a job I work for a psychologist at her practice. I'm her secretary. I work like 16 hours a week, so not too much.
Okay, sounds like you're kind of busy though, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, Rachel, before we go any further, the state of North Dakota requires me to go over a few confidentiality laws with you. And what confidentiality means is that the conversations we have here will remain between us, and I won't tell anybody, and what you say is kind of up to you, I guess. The only reason that confidentiality would ever be breached is if I feel that you're in danger to yourself or to somebody else, then I will report it. Alright, and just so you're aware, the employees that work here will also have access to your information as far as like moving files and gathering information for me, but they are held to the same confidentiality standards as I am, so they will not share your information. Okay. The purpose of our meetings will be to work through whatever problems that you're having and solve them or find ways to make it easier for you. And along with that, the relationship that you and I have should be only strictly professional, and I'll be here to help you with whatever problems you need inside our professional needs. Do you have any questions about confidentiality, what we'll be doing here?
I have a question about, like, if my mom wants to call and ask how I'm doing, do you have to report the information to her, or since I am 20 years old?
Right, and since you're not a minor, if your mom calls, we can tell her nothing. So what happens here between you and I, what you tell me is between you and I.
Okay, if I want the information to be available to other people, is there a way I can do that?
Yep, that's a great question. You can sign a consent form, a release form saying that you would like that information to be shared and who you want to share it with.
Okay, that's probably all my questions for now.
Okay, great. So Rachel, now we've kind of gone over everything that the state and my practice requires me to go over. So next I'll kind of talk about what I expect for the rest of this meeting and our future meetings to come. The purpose of today's meeting will just kind of feel it out, get to know like why you're here, what brought you in, and what the next steps would be to help you through your problem. And the meetings later in our treatment will address the same situation, like why you're here, the homework that I assign you, and the steps that we're taking to overcome this problem. So with that, what brings you in here today?
I'm struggling with procrastination.
Okay, can you elaborate on that a little?
I just have I have a tendency to procrastinate in my homework and even in like my relationships. I just put everything off until the last minute, and it just causes me a lot of anxiety.
So it sounds like procrastination is something that we need to kick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I've gathered from what you said that procrastination is a problem that's affecting your life. What are some of your goals, or what would you like to see improve as far as your procrastination?
I'd like to be able to, I don't know, get my homework done in a timely manner so that when tests come, I don't have a lot of anxiety about trying to study all the material at once, and I would like to like make my relationships with other people better, because I'm really I don't know.
So your procrastination is having an effect on your relationship with your friends and family?
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, my friends is worse than my family because I see my family more often, but with my friends, if I don't see them every day in my classes or whatever, I rarely ever text them back, and they aren't too fond of that. So, but my parents, it's only when I'm at college that it's really a problem, because when I go home, I mean, I see them, they're in my everyday life, so it doesn't really matter.
And as you were speaking, I kind of noticed you're a little fidgety with your hands. And is this your first time you've ever been at therapy, or are you nervous? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, this is the first time I've been in therapy, and I'm a little nervous because I don't really know what's gonna happen or what to expect.
Okay, I understand the nerves, and it's more common than you think, but just so you know, I'm here to help you, and this is a place where you should feel safe and comfortable with expressing what's on your mind. So.
Okay. I feel like it'll maybe get easier once I get to know you better.
Right, and that happens. Once we get more familiar with each other, the conversation will come more naturally. Well, Rachel, our time together today is almost over. So just to reiterate some things we touched on, confidentiality, that's always important, just so you know, feel comfortable with what you say here. And we talked about your issue, procrastination, and how we're going to work through that together. Are there any questions you have before our time together comes to an end today?
I'm just like, is the next session going to be more talking through my problem, or is there more like information you have to explain? Or how will the next session be?
The next session will be more of like a typical therapy session. We'll talk about your problem, what goals we have, what steps we need to take to achieve those goals.
Okay.
Great. So if you have no other questions,
No.
My assistant out in the office can help you schedule an appointment for sometime next week that works best for you.
Okay. Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Rachel.